In this video, I want to answer for this question that how to record and pay withholding tax on supplier's behalf. It means if you made a contract with a supplier to provide you some goods and services, and finally, while paying the bill or while paying the contract price, you are required, as per the Ministry of Finance or the tax agency, to withhold a portion of the contract price and pay the net amount to the supplier and pay the withholding tax to the Ministry of Finance or tax agency on the behalf of the supplier. So if this is so that you have to withhold a portion of the price and pay the net amount to the supplier and pay the tax to the Ministry of Finance or the tax agency, how can you manage this one in the QuickBook? And for this purpose, let us open the QuickBook and do everything accordingly. So let us see the QuickBook how we can do this one. The first step is that let us create a particular vendor for this specific requirement. So go to the vendor center and create a new vendor. We're not going to complete the information. We are going to just give a name. Let us say, for example, the name is contractor, right? Name is just contractor, just save this one. After this, go for the chart of account. Create a new account. Select other current liability and continue. Give a name for this one, and name can be, for example, tax on the behalf of, on the supplier's behalf, or we can say on the behalf of supplier. Save this one. After creating this account, go for the list once again and create an item as well. Go for the new item. Select the other charge. Again, give the same name. For example, tax on the behalf of supplier. Select non-taxable. And in the account, select the account which you have created. What was the account name? The account name was tax on the behalf of supplier. Then save this one, right? So now you have created one item as well as you have created one account. After this, then go for the vendor and enter a bill into the system, right? So we want to enter bill for that one, for the contractor. Let us say, for example, we want to pay a bill of 1 lakh. How much? We want to pay a bill of 1 lakh for this contractor because of any expenses. Let us say, for example, they have provided a particular expenses for us. Let us say the expenses as the construction expenses, for example. Do we have construction expenses? Yeah, let us say, for example, you have a construction expenses. Let us say, for example, at the time of creating the bill, you have just created the bill in this way. Let us say the construction price was 1 lakh and you have entered a bill 1 lakh in the system, right? So save this one. Save. Now a bill is created for this contractor and the amount of bill is equal to 1 lakh, right? Close this section. And now you want to pay the bill. If you go for paying the bill, click on this one. And where's the contractor? If you select the contractor, amount of bill is 1 lakh. And also there is no section that how can you deduct the tax or the withholding tax and you pay the net amount to the Ministry of Finance. For this purpose, if you just select yes, pay the bill, amount of 1 lakh will be paid for the supplier, or we can say for the contractor. So the tax cannot be deducted. So how can you deduct the tax? So in order to deduct the tax, please cancel this one. Once again, go for the bill, right? Go for the bill. Select a particular vendor. Yes. What was the bill? Bill was for the contract, right? Select this one. You have to edit the bill, right? See, after expenses, you have to, the next section, you have to enter that particular item which you have created before. What was the name of that item? The name of the item was tax on the behalf of the supplier. In this case, out of 1 lakh, how much of that one should be paid as a tax to the government? Let us say, for example, government asks you that you have to deduct 7% of the contract price and pay that one to the government. So 7% of 1 lakh becomes 7,000. So enter that 7,000 with the negative value. What value? Negative value, right? How much tax you have to pay on this 1 lakh? You have to enter it with the negative value, right? So please do this one. So once again, if you enter this one, so it will show this amount here. Please remove this one and collect on the recalculation. If you collect on the recalculation, so the bill price will be equal to amount of 93,000, right? Although your expenses will be written in the system as 1 lakh, but the amount that you pay for the supplier is equal to amount of how much? 93,000, right? So 93,000 for the supplier, but amount of 1 lakh for the expenses. Please save this one. Save and close it. Yes, we want this one. Save it, right? Now go for paying the bill. Select the bill and pay that particular bill. Let us say, for example, this is the bill. How much is the amount? Amount is 90,000. We want to pay this one from this bank. Let us say we want to pay. Pay it. It's done, right? So now 93,000 is paid to the supplier, but still 7,000 is not paid. You have withholded that one. You have to pay it for the tax agency. And in order to check that one, whether that amount is withheld or not, you can go for the chart of account. You can select this one. So tax on the behalf of the supplier, you can see how much tax is collected here. 7,000 tax is collected here. So now it is time to pay the tax for the government. For this purpose, you can go for the right check, right? You can select the tax agency. Let us say, for example, we want to select the Ministry of Finance. And how much is the amount? Amount is 7,000. And for this purpose, again, you have to select the tax on the behalf of the supplier, and the amount is 7,000. So this 7,000 was deducted from the bill, and now you have to pay for this one to the Ministry of Finance. So you can pay this one. Pay and close it. It is done. Now when you come back to this tax, you can see amount is equal to 0. So in this way, you can manage the amount of tax, amount of withholding tax on the contractor, on the